What's going on? Strat Soldier here for the weekend shift. How you guys doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Wow, everybody's out here. Everybody's out here. We got Joel in the house from Georgia. We got Richard Judge, the Strat Judge. You will be judged. We got Terry Baker in the house. We got Terry Baker in the house. We got Beach Bum is in the house. Being Cruz. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Friday was crazy, wasn't it? Friday was wild. Friday was wild. And I know you ain't gonna believe it, but I did not touch any of that. Salute to you as well. Dub Jones, Grand Rising. I didn't do nothing yesterday. I didn't do nothing yesterday. I called out that shooter on the 60, and I was like, well, there it goes. It's turned to the downside, and I went on. I had the day off yesterday, and I went on and had my day off. I didn't do nothing. My plan was to go see Tron, and I didn't get to go see Tron, but I still had fun on my day off. I had a day off, and I took it. And the market was like, hey, we're correcting to the downside. I didn't do nothing. Oh my gosh. I had people messaging me. Hold on. People messaging me. Hey, did you take that big old move to the downside? I was like, no, I didn't do any of it. I didn't do nothing. Managing my open positions. UNH still good. Believe it or not, UNH is still good. I got stopped out on Apple with profit. I'll talk about that. Stopped out on profit on Apple at 254, and that was on Thursday. But yeah, yesterday I didn't do nothing. I was, golly, what are you doing, man? But I got no regrets. No regrets. I'm doing all right. Brent is in the house. I'm so glad you got that Strat Soldier coffee mug at your house. Love it. Love it. Love it. Make sure you so Brent got that coffee mug and he bought it off of the Whatnot link in the description. Brent, on that box that you know the coffee cup was in, there's a couple codes in there, all right, so you can get those ebooks, Zero to Trading and Hammer in Force. Get those books for free. They come with bonus videos, and I know you know what you're doing, so it's okay. Get them anyway, so you can gift them to someone else. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Before we get too far into all of this, this is Cedric, and he was in the execution. He bought the execution course, all right, and he said the execution course explains everything to a T. All right, explains it all. So he really impressed with that course. Get in there, all right? I know you guys are watching me on YouTube. I love seeing you guys every Saturday. Think about these courses at thestratsoldier.com. Think about these courses as all the information jam-packed in the one package for you. It's all there, all right? So you don't have to, dig through all the videos. I love you guys digging through the videos. I love it. But you don't have to dig through all the videos to try and piece it all together, all right? It's all right there, all right? I'd rather you spend your weekends going through the material, asking me questions, sending me emails, sending me charts, than just, every, one tidbit. I want you winning now. That's what I want you winning now. And what I do is I help people learn how to create winning positions, add to them, and defend them with tight stops in the stock market. And I do that by teaching a trading strategy called the Strat, so you don't lose your real life, your time, or your money. All right? That's why we're here. That's what I do. All right. Coffee and candlesticks. I love it. I love it. Coffee and candlesticks. I need like some little, is there something that you dip in coffee? I don't know. I've seen people do stuff. I don't know. Maybe I need the coffee cup, but then like a green stick and and a red stick, so you can stir the cream in your coffee, but whatever. Yeah. But you put that in there. I don't know. Coffee and candlesticks, cartoons and candles. That's what we do. We went from cartoons to candles every Saturday morning. Thank you so much for you guys being here. Let's go see what's happening in the Twitter world, and let's have a little fun before we get into all these charts. It's always going to be fun. The whole thing is fun, but I'm saying let's get in here and see some funny stuff that happened last week, and then we'll actually get into what happened in the broader averages. Where was I? Why are you 3 minutes late, Strat Soldier? Because I was getting stuff down for the daggone Halloween. We're going to be setting up Halloween stuff, and Brent already showed me. Brent's already beat me on this. He is beating me on that. He's got all the decorations up. I don't have that many decorations, Brent, but we'll be putting them up. Mostly inside stuff. I don't have any outside Halloween stuff. It's all inside stuff. Zay, boy, where is Zay at? Zay, you gonna be in here? Zay was hunting for the Red October, and he's getting it. He's getting it. Let's see. Let's get over to let's look at some funny stuff. All right, here's Zay out here on Twitter. He said he logged off of Twitter for the weekend. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. That's Zay out there. He has a really good show on Wednesdays and Thursdays. They trade futures and other stuff. They also talk about prop firm trading. Really good guy. Really good guy. Necessarily don't trade the same stuff, but he's learning the strat. And the best thing about it is, you personally have confirmation that you know what you're talking about when you talk to another trader that has a completely different trading system, but you guys see the same thing. You know what I mean? That's when you know, okay, all right. Shout out to Mr. Feld 2 out there. Let's look at the funny stuff for the week. Shout out to TiVo. He's doing great. Ryan, always in here right now. Yes. Tencho Strat. He's great dude. This is Duke Energy, back to the highs. Duke Energy was great. I tagged him on something else. I thought that was going to be it. Let me see here. That's Tesla. We'll talk about that. I did an interview with Love K last night. K Trades, all right, did an interview with her last night. That'll air on the 25th, and it was a great interview. All right, she is very smart, very easy to talk to, and she knows what she's talking about. And I learned something myself. All right, and I'm going to be uploading that episode. All right, I'll be uploading that interview sometime today. And then for the Weekend Shift crew and the Strat Warriors, the members of my YouTube channel, all right, you'll be able to watch that interview now. All right, well, today. You'll be able to watch it when it's uploaded. You don't have to wait till the 25th like everybody else. Just another perk of being a member of the YouTube channel, all right? Richard Judge, always out there. He's always praying for us all. Let's see here. What's up, everybody? Any other funny stuff out here? Come on now. I thought there was some funny stuff today. Yeah, this thing, so dramatic. Shout out to Frankie Fingers. So dramatic yesterday, to the lows yesterday. Marlon B brought up Domino's Pizza, and that's been going to the lows for a long time. Going to the lows for all week. So it was great. What's this one say? I got some likes on this one. What was this one? Yeah, flat game, baby. The market opened flat on Friday, and it wasn't flat for long, boy. And let me see Mr. F2 Rev doing some stuff. I thought I had some funny things out here. Yeah, Mr. F2 Rev telling people, hey, don't do nothing for the first 15, 30 minutes. Don't do nothing. Wait for the smoke to clear. All right, wait for the smoke to clear. That's really important. And I learned that from Rob, all right? Wait for the smoke to clear. Yeah. Look at this. This was Will Spy reverse back to the highs, or is it at the top like everyone was is this the top like everyone else is looking for? Tune in next time on Dragon Ball Z. That's how you say that. And Titch used to tweet that stuff all the time, and it's so funny. Love it. Shout out to Erica. She's doing great things. Yep. John J. Smith, go watch that interview, okay? Go watch that interview. It says options trading changed his life. All right. He's got a great, there it is. There's that Strat Soldier coffee mug. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at all that change back there. You need to take all that change and put it and take that to the bank and put it in some stocks. That's what you need to do. John Smith, he was talking about it. John Smith out here doing some great things with the Strat and Merck and AMD. And yeah, he's doing great. I love he's making little short videos. And here's his interview. Go watch that if you haven't seen it. Zay, we were out here laughing. Zay was looking, okay, so here's the funny thing, okay? So Zay was looking for the market to go to the downside, all right? We talked about it on his show, his theories on why. Then Monday, straight back up, all right? Straight back up. And then he's like, you know what? I'm out of my puts. I'm out of these puts. I'm done. I'm not going to be messing with them. And then the market starts falling down the stairs. And Zay on his show was like, nope, I don't believe it. This is going back to the highs. We're running this thing we're running the market hot. And Zay at home like this. He like, I don't see it. I ain't seeing none of this. I ain't seeing it. We're out here having a good time. Almost done. I just thought that was hilarious. Now things are going to the downside, and October's red. I know Zay's is having a fit. I know he is because he called it. Then he reversed on it, which is smart. But now, flip, doing this. We'll see what they really want to do. That just means the sellers are not really in control just yet. We'll see. Yep, right here. Spencer, shout out to Spencer, Strat Soldier, Cyberdog too, wasn't lying about shares making money. Yes, shares make money. You don't need to trade options on all this stuff. And when the market went to the downside, you could trade inverse stocks to the upside as the market goes down. That is a real thing, all right? Having fun. Take some action. Yeah. We were talking about we're talking about MSTR, giving some entry vibes, and I'm being silly. And then I was like, hey, look at this video I made about it. He was like, yeah, I'm the one that brought that up. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm dumb. Sorry, I'm being an idiot. Shout out to Zay. It's just another, he's fun. All you guys are fun. Let's see here. AMD, shout out to Primo. He's doing good things. 212 back up on AMD. He caught all that. That was awesome. What was Monday yesterday? What was the date on Monday? Because I don't want to go back too far. You guys didn't come here to watch me just scroll on Twitter. The 6th. Golly. It's been a long week. Just based on all these tweets. It's been a long week. Anything else good? We're going back to the 6th. We're going back to Cali. If you got me on the big screen, don't worry about it. I'm not going to say no wordy dirds. This is a family show. All right, this is a really good video. I want to play it, but I also don't want to get copyright restrictions and whatever on this video. All right, you got to go watch this video. This guy, he's been trading forever, still on the trading floor. And he talks exactly like how Rob used to talk, all right? He does talk about trading shares, all right? But he's like, make your money and then get off the screens and go be with your family, all right? Literally the same things I say, Now, of course, I got it all, I learned it from Rob, of course, okay? I can't take, I'm taking it. Look, full time frame continuity. We've been talking about Domino's Pizza all week. And then when the market really dropped on Friday, Domino's definitely dropped on Friday, big time.
Fatality.
All right, to the lows. All right, we'll go look at that, and I think that does it for. Okay, after filling, we test the previous highs. Shout out to Spencer, doing good things. Yep. The 6th, where are we at? October 6th. Tesla, AMD. Talking about AMD. We were talking about AMD on this. AMD going crazy. That was in the pre-market. That was Monday. Wow, that was Monday. Oh my gosh, this has been such a long week. Jeez, AMD gapped up huge, 201 in the pre-market, and then just continued to the highs all week. All right, and you can watch those. I do a review I review the market every day in the weekend. Become a weekend shift. Become a part of the weekend shift crew. I do a update every day in the market. All right, and looking for action. Help you come up with a daily watch list for the next day. All right. this GIF is really distracting. It's pretty cool, but it's really distracting. I couldn't even get my words out. All right, that's going to do it for what happened out there, and then we're going to go to the broader averages. Most things all doing the same thing. That's why I was looking at some fun stuff. Let's do it. All right, let's look at these broader averages. I see everybody out here talking. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. I was doing some coaching, and we're looking at the macro stuff for the Strat Warriors. I do coaching 1 hour before the weekend shift every Saturday, and I also do one-on-ones with those Strat Warriors as well. So become a member of the Strat Warriors. Okay, good stuff. Learning the strat on the street is dangerous. All right, you don't have to sit at home trying to piece all this together or going through a Discord trying to like, man, I hope they pay attention to my question that I put in there. Nah, man, get it from straight from the source. Let's see, peppermint sticks. Ooh, peppermint sticks and coffee. I like it. We downsized. Okay, yeah, downsized. Yep. Yo, Zay's in the house. He is here. Okay, good. Yeah, he's here. I wish I would have had my chat up when I was looking at it. You here? Yeah, you called it, man. Red October. You called it. Then you backed out on it. Now it's. I know you at home going, golly, what is happening? I knew it was gonna happen. I can't wait till Wednesday. Because I know you're gonna be wilding on Wednesday. You're gonna be like, this market is crazy. This market is crazy. Being said, please show how you place the stop on Apple. Yes, I will, on Apple. Low of previous week candle with the PSAR. I did it on the daily chart with the PSAR, but I will show that. Yeah, I can't wait, man. Aaron Bailey's in the house. Did you see the meme where TrendSpider put out with Bitcoin and altcoin? Yes. Is that the one where like they're walking up the stairs and the Bitcoin falls and the altcoin really falls all the way down the stairs? Is that the one? Yeah, that was good. Yep. That's awesome. Okay. Brent said that's all his road change. All right. Do they still? So when you're on the road, so if I go traveling on the road, most places have those iPasses. Do you still have to throw change in some of those tolls? Okay. All right. So yeah. Oh yeah. I love it. Yes, that's the beam. That's funny, boy. That is funny. Yeah, altcoin, like, yeah, we're gonna be great. And then nope. That BitX. Has anybody ever heard of BitX? Before we get in which we should stay on, we're going to stay on task, but BitX, have everybody ever seen this? Someone was telling me about this, and what this follows Bitcoin. And I'm pretty sure there's options on this as well. But this follows Bitcoin. ETF that follows Bitcoin. So I've been looking at it. It's not going to the highs right now, so of course I'm like, but yeah. Good morning, Carlos. Good morning, buenos dias. Very good. Right now, muy mal. It's red out here. Wait a minute. Wait. We got a weekly. There we go, weekly. All right, so everybody out there, when I trade with all four charts up just like this. All four, monthly, weekly, daily, and the 60. And this shows me what? Come on now, say it out loud. This shows me...
Perfect.
No.
Time frame continuity.
Time frame continuity. All right, come on now, push the right buttons. Time frame continuity. All right, time frame continuity is like the weather. It's always there, but we want to see who's in control, the buyers or the sellers. And right now, it's been the buyers, but right now, Friday, that changed everything. We call this full time frame continuity to the downside. Red on the month, red on the week, red on the day, and red on these 60s, all right? And you had time to get in on this. Now, me personally, I didn't do anything. I had the day off on Friday, and I didn't do nothing on this. I just managed my open positions. I got stopped out on I'll talk about Apple. I got stopped out on Apple on Thursday, and I'm still in UNH, and I'm just hanging out because everything's just been, me and Zay were talking about it, just kept going. It just keeps going back to the highs. Just keeps going to the highs like a moth hitting the light bulb. It just keeps banging its head on the light bulb. It'll come down for a little bit and then go right back. Then it'll come down and go right back. So I'm like, it's 2 up on the day, But then we had this shooter going force. You had a whole. This is beautiful because this is an hourly chart. Hourly chart. First hour, not doing much. Second hour comes in, and then that shooter goes in force below 671.88, and then just drops. Just drop. Man.
Fatality.
All the way down. All right, just drops. I need a better sound for that one because that ain't the sound. That thing went nuts. I was at the barbershop and my phone started buzzing like crazy. Yeah, I bet you it was. I'll bet you it was. This thing was dramatic. Okay, now let's just say, I had the day off. I wasn't going to mess with it. I'm taking my day off. I was supposed to go see Tron. I already said this story, but I was supposed to go see Tron. I didn't get to go see Tron. But let's just say you're like, okay, you're at home. You're like, all right, or you're Zay. You went to go get your hair cut, all right? You didn't get in on that first hour, all right? Now, it's definitely scenario 3 on the day. Outside day, scenario 3 on the day, they're definitely wrecking this. And you're like, okay, is it going to go back up, all right? Because I don't want to start getting puts if this thing's going to go right back up. So now you're looking at your week, and it went scenario 3 on the week. You're like, okay, this is for real. Now the selling is for real because now the sellers are in control on the week as well, and they're bringing down the month. All right. You still had a chance to get in. I still had a chance to get in. All right. I'm talking to myself as well. Let's change this to weekly. We'll change that to weekly so we understand that's the weekly. And then you go down to the 60-minute and you wait for an actionable signal. Okay? You don't just jump in. You wait for an actionable signal. And that's exactly what happens, all right? Right here at 1:30, 1:30 Eastern Standard Time, a 60-minute inside bar. Forms a shooter. It goes in force the very next hour at 2:30. It drops another $5. All right. You still had a way to get in on that. All right. You did. I did. All right. If I was looking at it. All right. So that's just a reminder. Just because it went, we don't go, oh, I missed it. Oh, I missed it. Oh, man, I'm such a bad trader. I should have been watching all day long. No, you don't have to do that. That's why we watch these 60-minute charts. All right? Wait for that thing to set back up. If they really want to kill them, they'll set it back up. All right? So there you go. That's a little tidbit for you guys on how to get in on something that is moving. Something that is moving. But yeah, yesterday just dropped. Dow Jones doing the same thing. Dow Jones was a little weaker, so it was already like struggling. It was already on the struggle bus. And then QQQ, they hate you. All right, we were looking for this Momo hammer to go in force. It did, but then came right back down. All right. There's that same shooter situation right here. Shooter in force on the 60s. I see the chat rolling. Give me a second. Right here, shooter in force right below 611.06 to the lows. All right, to the lows. Wow. Everything else pretty much doing the same thing. Let's see. Selling call spreads. Yep. What do you think about the monthly dividend player? The monthly dividend payer on oil. Oh yeah, there's a okay. I'm glad you brought that up, because someone else, K Trades, brought up these weird monthly dividend payout things. I don't know a lot about it. So what he's talking about is, I tweeted this last night. There's ETFs that pay out weekly dividends, like, some as small as 30 cents up to $1 monthly on shares. So they pay a dividend per share, and this is Tesla. Okay, this is Tesla, so it follows Tesla. Apple was one of them as well. All right, again, pays out a dividend, follows Apple. I don't know enough about this, right? I'm putting these in my usual suspects. So it's interesting you brought this up. I don't know a lot about it. It sounds like it's a way to, my first initial impression is this is a way to get people to hold these stocks. All right? To hold the ETF. Buy in on the ETF and hold it. Why? Because you'll get a dividend, but the price keeps dropping. I don't know how this is making any money for anybody other than the dividend. Like, where are they getting the money for the dividend? It was great right here. USO, it's not going to let me do, let me see here, USOY. I don't, yep, it is. Okay, USOY. And it just started, these things started in 2023, this one started in 2024. They just keep going to the lows. So I don't know how these are making money. They are yield max dividend paying ETFs. Yes, I understand that. I am watch for broadening information underlying stock. I understand that they pay dividends and that's how people are making money, but I don't know how this ETF is making money. That part doesn't make sense. You're asking me, this company, this ETF company is asking me to buy ETFs on stuff that's just going to the lows. Where's my usual suspects? So no, I don't. I mean, my initial reaction to this is no. I'm trying to type this one in, MHO. Nope. I don't know what's going on with IMHO. Maybe this one? Maybe you mean this one? Nope, that's something else. IMHO, it doesn't let me see anything for IMHO. Maybe you mean IMH? Nope. Maybe I'm typing something wrong? Nope. Yep, I don't know what's going on with that one. But yeah, these, I don't know how these guys make, I know they're dividend yielding, but they trade options on the underlining, and yes, the NAV of the ETF decreases as they pay out. Mr. Luciano, what's up? I got another buddy, Matt. Shout out to Matt if you're watching, man. He was showing me something like that, and I was like, he was talking about 10-cent dividends every day. He was telling me about that, and I was like, I don't know, man. Oh, in my humble opinion, I thought you were typing in tickers. Oh, you're typing in tickers. Just another leveraged fund trying to get people money. When the good old classics like Vanguard dividend payoffs, yep. When the good old classics like Vanguard dividend ETF pays well, yes. What's up? Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Yeah. Yes, we're having a good weekend. Yes. So yeah, it's. I think it's. I don't want to say. I don't want to say it's a trick. I'm just saying. I don't get it. Like if I was working puts to the downside as this is going, I mean, I guess that makes sense too. But I don't know if there's options on all this and everything. I don't know. I got to do more research. All right, I just found out about this stuff. I got to do more research. It's 11:35. Let's get to these actionable signals. Actionable signals. Let's get in this tank. Let's get in the tank. All right, we in the tank. Got to put your helmet on so you don't bang your head around. And that's right. Zay was talking about me being in the tank. That's right. You got to get in the tank. I'm a tank. I trade shares. All right. I want to create a winning position, and I want to stay in it as long as possible. Weeks, months at a time. I want to create that winning position, and I want to keep shooting that winning position and kill it till it's dead. Kill it till it's dead. All right. And then when they stop and the sellers are in control and it's going the other way, I get my, move my tank on to another winning position. All right, go on somewhere else. Let's go with Apple. Looking at Apple, and what I did with Apple is I used the daily PSAR. I got stopped out on this on Thursday. All right, and the price was moving big time. All right, moving up great. And then I kept pushing my stops up the daily PSAR. All right, BN. I know you're waiting for this. Pushing my stops up the daily PSAR. Now, if you're just watching this and you're like, okay, I'm not really going to move my stops until it gets up there, that's fine. You can do that. You can do that. What's going on, Nate? Welcome to the Weekend Shift crew, Nate. Welcome to the Weekend Shift crew. Thank you so much for joining. There's over 100 plus videos in that membership section. Get in there, watch them all. Watch all those old Weekend Shift videos. Watch the Weekend Shift updates that I do. There's all kind of videos in there, all right? And then I'm going to be uploading my new interview with K Trades, and you'll be able to watch that before everybody else. All right, you will, because they don't come out till the 25th. Welcome. Thank you so much. Fantastic. I need like a cheer button. I need more buttons. I need more emojis and sounds. PSAR, parabolic stop and reverse. I talk about this in the execution course on how to manage your open trades. Managing these open trades, because after you create that winning position, what do you do with it? That's the next question, right? So, and then how did I even get in on this? Let me blow this up on the 30-minute chart. I have a Strat trading. I have a trading bot that's created by TrendSpider. I created it in TrendSpider, linked up with Signal Stack, and it got me in way back here. All right, got me in way back here. All right. Should have stopped me out in here, but it didn't. That's another story. But still good. All right, still good. Winning position, no reason to get out, and then finally stop me out up here. Okay. All right. Very good trade. Anyway, it got me in here. All right, and then you can see where the trading bot having a little issue with some consolidation, but it got me out of all of this stuff. All right, kept me out of that crap. It's all I got it all consolidated really tight, so it looks like a mess. But there's some really good trades in here with Apple and linked up with Signal Stack and TrendSpider. All right, trading bot created by TrendSpider Jason Krutsky. All right. So that's how I got in on that, and then just kept managing it. All I had to do was manage it. All right, and then finally I'm like, okay, everything's at all-time highs. Let me go ahead and keep pushing these stops up. This PSAR on the daily, and finally got stopped out way up here. All right, 252 was that dot right there. 252. So about right there. Stopped out on Thursday. So if I got stopped out on Thursday, I got stopped out up here. But anyway, stopped out, donezo, trade's over. Yep. Let me see here. No, they say it's a gimmick. Okay. It's a gimmick. Okay. Talking about those Teslas and all that stuff, it's a gimmick. Dividend is the return of capital on an option trading. BN says dividend is return of capital on top of option trading, all YMAX ETFs. YMAX ETFs, yes. I'm going to do some more research on this, because if it's the strat works on anything that trades, all right? So if the charts continuously show it's going to the downside, why not work puts on it? That's my first response. Then, but if you have to buy the stock to get the dividend, now you're holding losing positions, but you're making the money back up with puts. You're hedging your position. I mean, that could be exactly how these guys are doing it. I mean, for all we know, that's exactly how these hedge funds are doing it. That could be it. Nice little broadening formation on a 30-minute you got there. Look at that. Test the highs, test the lows, test the highs, test the lows. That could be exactly how these bigger guys are making money. They're just continuously shorting this thing because they know it's going to go down. But they all, I don't know. I got to do some more research. All right, so let's go down the weekly watch list real quick, and then we're going to be looking for actionable signals for next week. Most things go into the downside. Let's do this real quick. Let's go to multi-view and make sure we do it right, because what we want to do is we want to look at the broader averages, see if there's any actionable signals on the week. Right now, no. Everything got blown out to the lows. No actionable signals on the week. No hammers, no shooters, no inside bars. All right. We might see some continuation to the lows, but right now not seeing much. XLK Tech, no actionable signal. XLU, is that a shooter? Probably going to open up inside week. We'll see. All right. XLE 212 down, no actionable signal. Labu, doji, so close, but it's a doji. Healthcare, inside on the week. Healthcare. All right. We got an actionable signal on healthcare, so we want to look for stuff in there. XRT, no actionable signal. Retail. Possible 2-2 reversal back down in SMH, shaking my head. Possible 2-2 reversal back down, but that's not a shooter. All right, possible reversal back down, but that's not a shooter. I want to see a shooter on that thing. And then XLP, consumer staples, doji. All right, so the only sector that has actionable signals is XLV. So we're going to be looking at stuff in XLV. All right. We're looking for stuff in XLV. PSAR. What about the PSAR? Oh, you're welcome. PSAR. Yep. PSAR. So, what am I thinking? Oh, yeah. We got to go down the watch list on the week. Let's go down the watch list on the week and see what worked last week. We're going to go down real quick what worked, and we're going to be looking for actionable signals for next week, of course. Domino's Pizza to the lows.
Finish him.
All right, they hated Domino's. They hated Domino's all month so far, all right? They definitely hated Domino's all week. That was definitely a win for us, all right? Definitely a huge win. And then when the market really dropped yesterday, this thing continuing to the lows, all right? Continuing to the lows. You thought Domino's was going somewhere? No, you're not. To the lows. The entire market's going to the lows, all right? Domino's, very good trade. No actionable signal for tomorrow, for next week. Halliburton Energies to the lows. We were tracking this as well. Continuing to the lows. Look at these 60s. Look at that trend. Lining up with the money flow index. Everything. Full time frame continuity to the downside. All right. Very good trade. MPC 212 down on the week. All right. Here's your days. Here's your 60s. All right. MPC to the lows. Win. PSX 212 down on the week. And then 2-2 reversal back down on Friday. Win. I talked about that on the daily watch list. Win. The weekend shift update. Win. All right. Bud Light Didn't do much, all right? Didn't do much. Kind of went back up on Friday and back down. It was a mess, all right? Bud Light giving you a reason to buy. Go buy more Bud Light. That's what that was doing. APA. APA was good. Rev Strat to the downside. Rev Strat to the downside. Scenario 3 took all of these guys out. All right. Very good. Remove ADM. ADM was good to the upside. That's why I called this a win. But then it came down the last 3 days of the week. So you had to take in your profits. But they still hit target. It went in force. Took out some stops. That was a win. General Mills cereal scenario 3 on the week, took out the highs and the lows. All right, that was a win. Duke Energy to the highs. You got to pay that electric bill. You have to pay that electric bill. And on Thursday, I said we got to watch Duke Energy on Friday, Insight on the Day. We're going to see if it goes above 126.09 or below 124.61. And it went above 126.09. We knew what to do. Reconfirming the buyers on the week and the month. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the Strat. We ain't sitting here going, well, the volume capitulation and what we're doing with the thing and the volume and the thing. No. Winner or loser. Buying or selling. That's what we're doing here. The Guild, Duke Energy had it, they had a run up, and the CEO really wants to put out AI no. You ain't hearing all that crap from us. Move on. Anyway, move on. Guild, 2-2 reversal back up on the week. That was a win. Stalled out on the day, on the daily charts, but that was a win. Boeing to the lows. All right, took out the highs and the lows. That was a mess. All right, 313 Motor City Madhouse. It's just a mess in there. People losing on both sides. No actionable signal for next week. Walmart, Wally World, that's what they call it where I'm at. Wally World ends as a doji and an inside weeks. We'll leave that there for next week. We'll leave it there. Palantir did not do anything. All right, didn't do much at all. It is inside a week and a shooter for next week. If the market wants to continue to the lows, we want to see if this thing goes below 173.53. All right, that's what we want to see. BKR to the lows, win. All right, that was a win. Okie dokie. 312 down on the week. Sellers definitely in control. Full time frame continuity to the downside. Make sure that's on your 2 down on the watch list. 2 down on the month list. 2 down on the month. When the market goes to the lows, you know exactly where to go. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Slob, 212 down on the week. Win. So all those energy stocks we put on here did exactly what we wanted to do. Awesome. Tesla did go shooter in force. That was awesome. It did go, but it didn't really go very far, and it did not hit magnitude, so we can't call that a win. All right. That was good though. All right. It did trigger. Google, it didn't do much. It's a mess. Nothing. Boo. Mondelez didn't take out the hammer. Just went straight down. That was a terrible trade. Boo. Sony, I told you Sony acts weird. Like Sony, I shouldn't have put this on a watch list. The way it's gappy and all that. Ugh. Yuck. I see this chat moving. Give me a second. Goog didn't do much. All right, it did trigger to the lows, but it's hanging tough. All right, your 60s are ugly, but it's hanging tough. All right, no actionable signal for next week. So we got some leftovers. We got some leftovers here. All right, that's good. Let's go down. Monthly signals and see if there's any actionable signals in here, and then we'll go down healthcare. And right now, go ahead and put any tickers in you want to look at. Put some tickers in the chat you want to look at. Talk to me. Watching your show, I now I understand why folks who trade the Strat are comfortable with weekly contracts. Yep, weekly and monthly contracts. I suggest monthly contracts. They're a little bit more expensive, those monthly contracts, but you're a little bit more security because you got time. You got time on your side. All right. Got time on your side. I suggest those weekly, month. Yeah, but yeah. If it's gonna go, it's gonna go. If it's not, I'm not touching it. All right. AGI shooter on the week. I'm looking at monthly signals. Okay, we got a shooter on the week for AIG, and we want to see if it goes down to $77.59. Maybe it will. We'll put that on a weekly watch list. AMD 2-2 reversal back up. What's it doing? It could go 2-2 down. It could go 2-2 down. All right. I'm not going to say she's being toxic right now. She ain't being toxic right now. She's just doing what everybody else is doing. All right. She's just trying to, she's a little confused, and she's just, you know, doing what everybody else is doing. So she ain't really acting up yet. AMD still good on the month. AMGN 212 down, excuse me. AMD inside on the week. Let me say that slower. AMGN inside on the week. Will that go below 289.25 or go above 297.49? All right. It is 2-2 reversal back up on the month. Let's see if it retrigger. If it goes 2 up on the week, it could retrigger that month. But everything's, you know, pointing to the lows. So we'll see what they want to do there. Add that to the weekly watch list. Cracker Barrel to the lows. 2 down. Let me make sure that's on the 2 down on the month list. 2 down on the month list. And I got to remember to talk about that. No actionable signal for tomorrow. Celsius, we want to see. Yep, it did go hammer in force on the month, but then came back down. All right, shooter on the week right now. Get that. That's old. Get that out of here. Shooter on the week on Celsius. Everything got taken down. So we're going to see a lot of shooters that we want to see if they really want to sell. All right. Celsius shooter on the week right now. If you're watching me right now and you're like, Strat Soldier, I don't trade puts. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay to just, you know, take a break. You know what I mean? It's also okay to trade inverse stocks. All right. Inverse stocks. CRM. I don't know what the monthly signal is on this, but it definitely is a shooter on the week, and the magnitude is 226.79. We're going to see, I think we're going to see, right now we're seeing a lot of shooters. Ooh, hammer. Weird. But it's 2 down on the month. I don't know about that. It's a hammer, though. I don't know. Do you think Dollar General has the strength to get up, to go back to the highs in this market? I don't like this. I'm not. All right. At a minimum, we need a reversal back up on the week to get in on something, right? So we'll look at it. We'll watch it. DHR, inside on the week. That's old. Inside on the week, DHR. That can go above 125.28. Excuse me, 115.28. 115. That can go above 215.28 or below 201.76. Slow it down, man. Disney 2 down on the month, getting wrecked, nothing there. Duke Energy, we already talked about this. No actionable signal for tomorrow, next week. Duolingo 2-2 reversal back up on the month, but it is shooter on the week. Duolingo, did you know that was a stock? I didn't either. I did not. I had no idea Duolingo was a stock till it was in the news. All right, Duolingo, weird. You can be learning Spanish or Chinese or French or whatever you like to learn and trading the stock at the same time. Very cool. Very cool. Our watch list is starting to get pretty big, but you see the process. We're looking at monthly charts. We're looking at monthly signals, and then we're seeing actionable signals on the week that could reconfirm what we're seeing on the month. That's what we do. All right. EXC said they didn't give a crap what happened in the market Friday. They're like, I don't care what's happening in the market. Go into the highs. All right, that's called natural buyers. They do not care what's happening in the market. No actionable signal on Honeywell. Hershey's, candy bars. What's Candy Bars doing? Possible 322 back down. I'd rather see that as a shooter, but possible 322 back down in Candy Bars. 322 is an actionable signal, so we'll put that on there. Below, see if it goes below 191.10 and the magnitude's 183.37. Kroger, grocery store. Going to the grocery store. It's doing okay. LH. I need to clean up this monthly watch list. I need this monthly signals list. I gotta clean this up. I'm seeing some stuff that's not. Let's see, a 2 on the month, no actionable signal. Lockheed Martin, is that a shooter on the week? Lockheed Martin shooter on the week. Let's see if they want to take some profits on that. War Machines. Let's see if they want to take profits on War Machines below $500.54 and the magnitude's 489.28. Got a lot of crap on this chart. Clean all that crap up. Take it off. If you got a hoodie on, take it off. Old stuff on the chart. MCK. I'm not sure why it's on the monthly watch list, but it is inside on the week. Let's see what they want to do here. Do they want to take it to the highs or take it back down to the lows? And we need to be looking at healthcare. I'm trying to look. Merck. That's it. There we go. Merck doing the work. What did go 2 up on the month, hammer in force, now trying to come back down. Are they really going to start selling? All right. Are they really going to start selling this? Or is it going to go back up? Okay. There's Merck. There's your targets for Merck. Now, I know people like to look at, these, mark your levels. You got to mark your levels. You got to mark all these levels in the strat, especially, I want to see when it's going to, I mark when the actionable signal is going to go in force and what the magnitude is. I don't care about all the other stuff. All right. The other thing I will mark is these levels of reclaim within the broadening formation. I want to mark these levels of reclaim. All right. I will mark those. Other than that, I don't need to know last week's highs and the last 4 hour and the last 2 hour and the last 27-minute level and the Taiwan level, and I don't need to know all that. All right. I need to know when is it going to go in force? Where's my magnitude? What range are we in? That's what I want to. I don't need to mark all that other crap. I'm also looking at 4 time frames at one time. All right, so I don't need all these levels all in one chart. There, I said it. There, I said it. Healthcare. That isn't healthcare. Okay, good. MSTR. Me and Zay were talking about this, and man. And it's to shout out to the person that put a comment on my Twitter. I don't know your name. I'm sorry. I have to go back and look at the comment. He said, "Okay, I'm in MSTR, and it's going against me. Do I cut it, or how far should I go? Because it's a monthly trigger. How far should I go? How far should I let it go against me?" And I told him, no. If it's going against you, cut it immediately. Like if it's going against you, cut it. Like, there's no reason to hold it. We do not hold losing positions. Now, if you're like, okay, I'm holding until 10%, I'm holding until 20%, that's on you. All right. Of course, we set our stops. We always have a stop. But if it's going against you, you cut that thing. Cut it. All right. Yes, you want to give the chart, time to play out. See what it's going to do. But I set my ding-dang stops. Set those stops. MSTR no longer looking like it wants to go to the highs. Scenario 3 on the week. Outside week. No actionable signal for next week, but MSTR getting wrecked. Ugh.
Fatality.
Now, Momo shooter on the week below 883.03 if you're into that kind of stuff. Seeing if we can get this shooter to go in force below. Okay, golly. That's my timer letting me know I'm talking too much. Seeing if the shooter goes below. It's really close. 880.49. Man, now services. All right, Momo Shooter, you're gonna need a reversal on the daily to get in on that. Okay. OKLO, probably gonna open up inside week next week. OKLO, Pfizer inside on the week. All right, the government 10% stake in Pfizer, that's working out. That's working out real well for them. To the lows, my goodness. Let's see if they want to keep wrecking that Pfizer. That is also healthcare. All right. SMCI shooter on the week. Lots of shooters taking down these monthly trades. Goodness gracious. All right. It is 2-2 reversal back up on the month, but shooter on the week. All right. Shooter on the week below $52.56. The magnitude's $46.08. If you want to get in on that. So what? Is 2-2 reversal back up on the month. Does not care what's happening in the market on Friday. Did not care. 212 back up on the Friday. That's called natural buyers. They're like, so what? The market's going to the lows. So what? So what? All right, we're getting to the end here. Folks. Tesla, we already talked about Tesla. UHS, possible 2-2 reversal back down. We got some old stuff on the chart. Oops. Old stuff on the chart. But we'll see. Verizon, possible 2-2 reversal back down, but that's not a shooter. VeriSign, 2-2 reversal back down on the month. Getting wrecked, man. Getting wrecked. 2 down on the month. I think our watch list is pretty full. Our watch list for the week is pretty full. If you have TrendSpider, your weekly watch list is going to update in just a few minutes. All right. Oops. If you have TrendSpider at home, your watch list is updating right now. And then for everybody in here, if you have TrendSpider and don't have this watch list, get ready, because I'm importing it right now. Bam. There you go. All right. That's called value. All right. That's called value. All right, so when I update my watch list, it updates on your side. If you don't have TrendSpider, you can still open that link and get all these and import it on your TrendSpider, import it on your trading view. All right, you're gonna have to take all those tickers out on your own, but you can do it. You can import it directly on TrendSpider. All right, so yeah, we got a lot. It's pretty full. Let's take these flags off, because during the week, what I do is flag which ones are in force and which ones are not, and I flag them green or red depending on who is in control. And oops, dang it! I want to remove the flags, not the daggone remove flag. Dang it! Now I know which ones those two. Where were those two? What were those two? I gotta rewind back my daggone show to see what those two were. Dang it! Anybody remember what those two were at the top of that list? Shoot. Pfizer. We got Pfizer. Was it Merck? Merck is in there. Let's go down some healthcare. Does anybody remember what those two were? That was a big flub. That was a big old flub right there. I was moving too fast. Let's go down healthcare real fast. Looking for anything inside on the week. You guys got quiet. Hello, anybody still there? ABBV, inside on the week. Healthcare. Looking for these simultaneous breaks to the lows. All right, we're almost to the end. I lost a couple tickers because I hit the wrong button. I'll put those back in there. ALGN. All actionable signals for next week. Usually doing a lot of that's what it was. Amgen. Thank you, Amgen. Nope, it's on there. I wonder. We'll find out. I'll find out which ones they were. going down healthcare real quick. We're putting down anything that's inside on the week on the weekly watch list. All right. This is old. Almost done. Getting to the end. Bristol Myers. What are you doing, Bristol Myers? See if we go 212 down on the week. On the week. And BSX inside on the week. Almost everything in healthcare going to the lows. Almost everything inside week. I'll say that. Inside week pointing to the lows. Pointing to the lows. Now we could get a crazy reversal back up. It could happen. It could happen. All right. And we want to be ready for that Coco or Co. DHR. I don't know. Did DHR make it? Yep, it's still there. DVA, EU. No. Humana. What's Humana doing? Shooter on the week. Humana getting back into all this mess here. Humana ain't doing great. All stuck in this mother bar problem. Humana. Goodness. This is just a mess. Not going to mess with that. Leaving that one alone. Yeah, we'll put that on there. Inside on the week. We'll see if that goes up or down. Almost done with healthcare. Johnny John. Momo Hammer pointing to the highs, all-time highs. LH. No. Lily. What's Lily doing? Shooter on the week right now. Lily, shooter on the week. Will they take profits on that? Will they take profits on Lily? If that does go, I doubt it's going to go all the way back down here, but I mean, it could. We do need to acknowledge that it could. You need to acknowledge that, but I doubt it does that. All right, last one, Mac. MCK. I think that's the one I lost. I think that's one of the ones I lost. Did I? No, it's on there. I don't know what those other two are that I lost. I'm not sure. Let's go back to the weekly signals. I'll update that one more time. Update. All right. You guys got quiet, and it's 12:09. Thank you so much for being here. This was fun. This is the Strat Soldier for the weekend shift. Here's our watch list for next week. All right, looking for a lot. We're going to see what healthcare does. Will it break to the lows? And then we got some tech stocks and other things in here too as well. You do not have to take all of these. All right, find the ones that you like. And then just monitor this through the week. And then if you become a member of the Weekend Shift crew like Nate, you'll be in there with me and the rest of them getting daily updates on the watch list, I help you create a daily watch list for the next day. Thank you so much for being here. I know the energy dropped real sharply at the end. I don't know. Sorry about that. Just going through all these tickers. Thank you so much for everybody being in here. Let me get out of this tank. It happens, man. Sometimes you're like, all right, geez, that's enough. That's enough. Thank you so much, Strat Judge. I appreciate you being in here, and keep those prayers going. And you're gonna go watch some other people's shows. Go watch 8X. I suggest 8X Trades. Zay does a show on Wednesdays. Beach Bum has a show. Go watch him. Watch the Stratters, all right? And then, definitely, find those stocks you like, trade them, all right? I hope you have a great week next week. Shout out to Terry Baker. He got back up in the puts. He made his whole week on yesterday, all right, on Friday. He did a great job Friday. Great time. He had a great, if you're a Strat Warrior, great coaching session today. All right, go watch that. And if you go to thestratsoldier.com, you'll see the Strat Starter Kit. The Strat Starter Kit comes with 2 ebooks, Hammer in Force and Zero to Trading. All right, I should say Zero to Trading and Hammer in Force. Zero to Trading, I help you start an account and I talk about what shares are, what options are, what commodities are, and I teach you how to read charts and candlesticks. That's the basics, all right? That's stuff you need to know even before you start trading the Strat. And then with the Strat, I get you in with one candle formation called a hammer. That'll get you in on anything that trades, all right? It shows you where the entries and the stops are. We go through all that. It comes with bonus vids, all right? And you get email access to me to ask all the questions that you got, all right? But wait, there's more. It comes with a Strat Soldier coffee mug, all right? So you can be sitting at home, drinking your coffee, laughing with me with these charts, all right? Check out that Strat Soldier coffee, that Strat Soldier Strat Starter Kit, the Strat Starter Kit bundle, all right? And if you want everything on the website, check out that Combat Load. That'll get you 3 courses, one-on-one with me. And there's a whole bunch of stuff. 2 ebooks. There's all kind of stuff in there. Check it out. Thank you so much. Hey, no problem, Beach Bum. Thank you so much, everybody, for being in here. And you guys have a good weekend. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.